In this lecture, we'll talk about the history of pragmatics and starting with the development and expansion of pragmatics till today. We'll just try to introduce some of the ideas about the background of pragmatics as a discipline of linguistics. In this regard, we could see that pragmatics as a discipline of linguistics is relatively a new idea, especially as an academic discipline. But previously, it has been there in various academic fields or various spheres of critical, social, or academic thinking. It has already been there. We can see its traces even in old Greece and Rome. For example, we found the words like pragmaticus, which is from late Latin, and also pragmatikos, which comes from Greek, and both mean practical. It's probably the same sense in which this word is being used in today's world also, especially in everyday talk. By pragmatic, we mean being practical. Overall, as a discipline, and modern use of this term as an academic discipline can be credited to the American philosophical doctrine of pragmatism. This doctrine believes that we should judge actions by their consequences. I mean, what we intend to achieve is the meaning of that action. So action should be judged by their consequence, and based on that, various people have developed various views about the meaning of words, and they assume that meanings of words should be what the speaker intends to convey. It's not what is being said, rather the intention of the speaker, the practical aspect or the conversational aspect of the meaning should be kept more important as compared to the literal aspect of meaning. The pragmatic interpretation of semiotics and verbal communication studies by Charles Morris in his book Foundations of the Theory of Signs has also somehow established the basis for contemporary pragmatics, because it helped us to distinguish between semiotics and other enterprises of linguistics. So, therefore, we could find some traces of contemporary pragmatics and semantics going back to Morris. Grice's concern over conversational meaning, or in other words, the intentional meaning of the speakers or interlocutors in a certain communication, has also paved the way for contemporary pragmatics, because this concern led us to distinguish between natural and non-natural meanings, and which were later on further discovered by various scholars like Leach and Levinson. And in this way, we had a discussion about the pragmatics and the practical meanings of the words, which led to diverse aspects of contemporary pragmatics. Practical concerns about the meanings or pragmatics led to the hallmark discoveries like a cooperative principle and politeness principle. Cooperative principle believed that people cooperate with each other. They assume to cooperate with each other when they are in a conversation. Similarly, politeness refers to some kind of mechanism which is adopted to reduce some kind of negativity or negative meanings associated with our messages. For example, if we want to say something negative or something which may be harsh to the listener, we might tone down it, or we might reduce its intensity by applying certain polite manners. This kind of strategy, or talk about such strategies in our daily conversation, was a result of the talk about conversational meanings. The impact of pragmatism also led us to talk about cross-linguistic international studies and or international pragmatics studies, in which we have Sperber and Wilson's relevance theory, which is still is very popular and is considered to be a foundation of various aspects of contemporary pragmatics. Moving on, we can say that the Anglo-American tradition of pragmatic study has been one of the pioneer features or the basis of contemporary pragmatics, and this was coupled by the researchers coming from continental countries, for example, Netherlands, Norway, Denmark, or Belgium, and a collaboration between these researchers from various continents led to the making of International Pragmatic Association in 1987, which is probably one of the significant happenings in the development of pragmatics as an academic discipline. Throughout its development, pragmatics has been steered by the philosophical practice of pragmatism and evolving to maintain its independence as a linguistic subfield. At present, it is being taught in various universities, renowned universities of the world, as a separate discipline or in combination with semantics, which is also the study of meaning. So, to a large extent, we can say pragmatics has established its status as a linguistic subfield. Keeping to its tract of being practical in treating the everyday concerned meaning, so we every day we have new discoveries about practical meanings or pragmatic meanings of the word, and this journey is still ongoing.